opportunity to address the Millbrook and Cavan Historical Society. And my topic tonight is Tilco Plastics. By that, I mean to talk about the company, the strike that took place there in 1965, in a roundabout way, how it happened that I came to write the script for Fourth Line Theatre's upcoming production of the Tilco strike. Tilco Plastics was a small manufacturer in Peterborough at a time when the city was a manufacturing powerhouse. There were dozens of mills, plants, and factories in the city, and the largest employers were titans of industry, such as Canadian General Electric, Outboard Marine Corporation, Quaker Oats, and Westclox. The Tilco plant was located on the southwest corner of Park Street and Park Hill Road. And Tilco Plastics was a subsidiary of the Tilton and Cook Company, founded in 1867 in Leominster, Massachusetts. The company specialized in the production of fancy combs and barrettes, and Tilton and Cook manufactured these products out of bull's horns and turtle shells until the early 1900s, when acetate, a precursor of plastics, became available. With the advent of acetate and later plastics, Tilton and Cook adopted injection molding technology. Injection molding is a process that applies heat and pressure to tiny plastic pellets, which converts them from a solid to a molten state. The molten plastic is then injected or shot into molds. It is cooled, and a product is injected from the machines. And Tilton and Cook used injection molding technology to mass manufacture grooming products such as combs and barrettes. World War II proved to be a turning point for the injection molding industry. The war created enormous demand for custom molded products, and Tilton and Cook helped meet that demand by producing custom molded cigarette cases, toothbrush cases, and soap cases for the military. In the latter half of the 1940s, after the war had ceased, Tilton and Cook resumed production of grooming products. But George Cook, a member of the founding family, anticipated that there would be a surge in demand for custom molded consumer products as manufacturers switched from wartime to peacetime production. Cook wanted to develop the custom molding side of the business, and he embarked on a search for a community in which he could locate a branch plant. Peterborough, with its diverse and dynamic manufacturing base, checked all the boxes, and in 1947, Cook opened Tilco Plastics. It proved to be an astute move. Demand for grooming products was very strong, what with the baby boomers of the 50s sweeping back their hair Elvis style, and in the 60s combing it down Beatles style. Demand for custom molding products was also very strong. In fact, soon after locating in Peterborough, Tilco Plastics was producing custom molded products for Outboard Marine, De Lavelle, and Westclox, among others. For instance, the company produced cases for those Westclox alarm clocks that used to stand on our night tables and had to be wound up every 12 to 18 hours to keep time. And of course, they went tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock as they did so. And so there were two sides to Tilco Plastics, the custom molding side and the mass manufacturing side. And there was a pronounced gender difference between the two. The custom side employed men, and the mass production side produced women. And there was a wage differences too. The best the women could hope for were hourly rates that hovered just above minimum wage. And it didn't matter whether they were breadwinners for their families or adolescent girls who had quit school at 16 or 17. Their work was extremely demanding by dint of being repetitive and exceedingly fast-paced. Every 20 seconds, these injection molding machines would spit out 20 combs which were attached to a runner. The women had to hold them up and conduct a quick visual inspection, snap the combs off the cases, and drop them into a box. Working conditions made their jobs even more difficult. The poorly ventilated plant was stuffy in the winter and stifling in the summer. In the fall of 1965, the women formed a local of the Textile Workers Union of America. They were seeking a first contract, and they actually reached an agreement after some tough negotiating with the management group. However, when it came time to sign a contract, one member of the ownership group, Harold Pammett, had reneged on a commitment. The women felt betrayed. They refused to sign the contract. They walked out, and so began a long, nasty strike. Now, some of you may be wondering, why so much attention about a strike involving a small union at a small manufacturing plant so many years ago? I'm not going to give away the whole story, but let me just say that the women were badly treated by their employer, by the courts, and ultimately they were abandoned by the textile workers. To say that they deserve better would be an understatement. The Peterborough clergy, the Peterborough labor movement, and the broader community all threw their support behind the women. Indeed, 26 union men went to jail for supporting them. The then mighty Toronto Star devoted some coverage to the strike. Opposition MPs at Queen's Park pressed the government to intervene. The government said no to that, but did appoint a royal commission into labour practices in Ontario. And this little strike became a landmark dispute that changed relations in the province forever. So I hope you'll all come to the Tilco strike at Fourth Line Theatre in July. Bring your friends and neighbours because it's going to be a great show. Thank you very much.